Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. It's the daily news show. I know, I'm sorry, I'm not Chris or I'm not Paul and I'm not promising to get me clothes off like Chris does. The guys are away in London today, so I'm on news duty. I hope you don't mind. I hope you'll stick with me. I'm doing all right, I think. Right, the big news of the day is the reported Liverpool target, Naby Keita, has apparently indicated that he would like to leave Red Bull Leipzig or RB Leipzig this summer if a deal can be done. He still has 3 years left on his contract. He was offered a new one, but he's apparently turned that down, and there is talk that he would like a move if a move to Liverpool or somewhere else comes up. It was reported by Ed Aarons, in The Guardian, and I think backed up by Bundesliga journalist Rafa Honigstein. Good news. The bad news maybe is the cost. It looks like, obviously we all know Leipzig don't need the money. They're mega rich, they're loaded. So it's going to cost Liverpool around £70 million if they want the player. Let me know in the YouTube comments, guys, if you think he's worth that amount of money. That is a huge sum of money. It pretty much doubles Liverpool's record transfer by, depending on what the Mohamed Salah deal ends up being worth. But we think it's going to be worth around 35, 40, and it's going to be almost double that if they want to get Naby Keita. I suppose the first thing we should mention is it's gone from he's definitely not for sale, which was the talk, to no, now he might be for sale if you stump up the cash, which is kind of what happens, isn't it, with these transfers? You know, clubs play hardball for a while. But let's say Leipzig do hold all the aces at this time. They have got no need to sell. They don't need the money. He's got 3 years left on his contract, and even if he is indicated that he wants to go, they don't have to sell. So if Liverpool want this guy, they are going to have to massively splash the cash. Just let me know, guys, in the YouTube comments if you think he's worth it, and I'll get to some of those right now. Let me see. Well, I've got Max saying no player's worth £70 million. I don't know, lads. If Messi was on the table for 70 million, I'd probably, I don't know what you think, guys, I'd probably agree on to do that. Someone asking me to get me clothes off, you do not want to see that, fellas. You really don't want to see that. A lot of people thinking 50 million max. That was the talk of what Liverpool were prepared to pay, but sometimes if you really want the player, we're probably going to, get that with Virgil van Dijk as well. You are going to have to go above and beyond what you think he's worth. Otherwise, the selling club is not going to accept your offer, really. So time will tell if we can get Naby Keita in. I hope so, because I put his name in the envelope as one of my names. So it'd be very nice if they could get him. Next up then, a bit of a weird one, the Kylian Mbappe stuff. It's kind of not going away, but it kind of is. Sky reported today Liverpool did register the interest in him, and they were prepared to go for him if they got the indication that the player would like to move. And as much as we would all love that to happen, it looks like he's chosen Real Madrid, like we all thought he would do. The cynics in us, and a few people who are really against Liverpool and against the owners, will say that was just them, throwing a name out there to appease the fans. A bit like what Everton used to do, Everton bidding for Alan Shearer when he'd already accepted a bid to go to Newcastle, or they put a bid in for Alan Smith when he was going to Man United, less than what it was originally reported that he was going for. But I suppose on the other side, the positive might say, well, maybe Liverpool are prepared to go absolutely massive if they think they can get a young star, because he does fit the model in that even if you did pay £120 million or whatever it would cost to get Kylian Mbappe, you probably keep him for 5 years and you sell him and you probably make that money back anyway. It's not like you're doing it for a 25, 26, 27-year-old guy where you're going to get no return. So I can see why, on a positive note, if they did want Kylian Mbappe, apparently we had Melissa on our show a few weeks ago and she said they were scouting him since last February. Obviously this season he blew up, he went massive for Monaco, won a league, got them so far in the Champions League. But like I say, some people will believe it, some people won't. But unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be signing Kylian Mbappe because he's probably going to go to Real Madrid. And I suppose let's talk briefly on the whole striker situation. Roberto Firmino is going to be Liverpool's new number 9. Obviously, he agreed to give Mo Salah his shirt number, his number 11. A lot of talk that is that indicating that Liverpool aren't in for a striker anymore. Obviously, there was apparently the Aubameyang thing went off the table. Apparently, him and Klopp don't really get on. I don't know. Mbappe isn't there. It looks like Lacazette is going to sign for Arsenal. So whether Liverpool aren't in for a striker, they're just getting beat to these strikers, I don't know. I personally now, my opinion is they're not actually in for a striker at all. And they're probably going to go and sign at least one more attack and wide player, maybe 2. We know one of those names is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who they want. Another name who's come up today, albeit the Daily Star, so, you know, pinch of salt and all that in the Daily Star. If you get past the good stuff on the front pages, you might get near the back, where Liverpool are apparently scouting Max Meyer. He's playing currently for Germany in the under-21 championships. Schalke midfielder / winger. Any Red Men TV subscribers will know we actually had a conversation about Max Meyer on our show the other week, where Paul was all in on Liverpool signing him. I tend to agree, be a good buy. He's got 1 year left on his contract at Schalke, and he's reportedly said he's not going to sign a new deal. So it's up to Schalke whether they want to sell him this summer, and the talk is around £20 million, or do they keep him and lose him for nothing? Now, Schalke have got a history of doing that. Joel Matip, Said Kolasinac, who's just signed for Arsenal. Just two examples, recent examples of players who they've let their contracts run down, basically, and kept them for the next season. Spurs are also interested in Meyer, so it'll be interesting to see if there is another bidding war, what he chooses to do, which club tends to, you know, who's going to stump up the cash if they both want him. In recent years, Spurs have beaten Liverpool to a few players. However, they've been really quiet this summer in terms of being linked. They're not being linked to any massive deals, not being linked to any superstar players. So who knows what their financial situation is like. But in terms of Max Meyer, again, guys in the comments, let me know what you think. Would you be a good signing for around £20 million? My personal opinion is yes, he would be. If you could get him and Mo Salah in, it isn't the worst in terms of attacking. Isn't much news in terms of out any different stuff. Obviously, Sacco and Markovic and all that'll keep getting mentioned. But over the weekend, Birmingham City apparently put a bid in to try and take Ryan Kent out on loan. The reports are that Liverpool are going to try and keep Ryan Kent around for pre-season and take a proper look at him. But he's 20 now. I liked him, I always liked him, but he kind of fell into that gap where when a club changes manager, there's often a group of young players who end up falling through the cracks. And we're getting to a point now where it looks like Ryan Kent could be one of those. Like I mentioned, Salah's just come in. There's talk of another player, Chamberlain and Meyer and stuff. Ben Woodburn has seemingly jumped ahead of him. Trent, although he is a defender, can play on the wing as well. And there's talk he could be ahead of him. Ojo, Wilson. It just seems like Ryan Kent's future now is very much up in the air, which is a shame because I thought he was a good player. But guys, let me know what you think. At age 20, is it worth now him going out on loan, or should Liverpool just almost cut their losses and kind of what they did with Jordan Ibe, sell him and possibly put in a buyback clause? I think that personally, again, my opinion is that that's probably the best option at this stage. The guy needs to go and play regular football. And another loan deal, fantastic. But even if he goes and lights the Championship up, playing under Harry Redknapp at Birmingham, does he come back? Is there anything he can do to break into this team? Because I'm not too sure, really. My opinions on him are we've probably missed that boat. That boat's probably sailed now, unfortunately, for Ryan Kent. And there's going to be a lot of young wingers about the club this year. So Shea Ojo's another one. Newcastle apparently want him. Harry Wilson, Celtic want him. Ryan Kent, now we know Birmingham want him. Are we getting to a stage now where we need to just kind of, that generation's going to have to go out on loan to earn? Do we sell them? Do we keep them around? Because football is going to be limited. Although we've got a lot of games, it looks like Jurgen Klopp is going big on padding out his squad full of quality. So where do these young kids finally get their chance? You tell me. Let me have a look in the comments, see what you guys think. Oxlade-Chamberlain for 40 when Lacazette is 44. Should Liverpool be... I don't think Liverpool are going to pay £40 million for Oxlade-Chamberlain, personally. I think they would walk away from that deal. Jack Nolan, is there any news on us signing a left-back? It doesn't look like it for the time being, doesn't it? So the latest was that, is it Gulam, from Napoli? They're not interested in him. So at the moment, there's not really many names being linked out there, which makes you think, hopefully there's a name under wrap that we're not hearing yet, because nobody wants just James Milner next year, because it looks like Alberto Moreno is going to be leaving. So we do need to get someone in. But at the moment, yeah, there's no one really being linked. Jonas Hector, a few people are mentioning. I haven't heard nothing on that, but he would be a very, very good signing. JB, do you believe we will sign Naby Keita? Yeah, I do. I think Liverpool are going to... I think they will splash the cash to get him. Mendy for 45. Apparently, it came out last week, if anyone didn't know. Liverpool did inquire about Mendy, but they were sounded out. They were told he's going to City and kind of let that one lie. People asking for nudes off me, so it's not happening. You don't want to see that. Payjack might do it. If you know what, give this video a like, and I will try and persuade Chris to get his nipples out for you. I'm sure that's the done thing apparently on these things. If you threaten to let Chris get his man boobs out, then people really enjoy the show. Yeah. So other than that, really, guys, that's pretty much it for today for the transfer news. So to round up, Keita wants to leave. Good news. Max Meyer, that would be good news as well. Mbappe, we missed out, unfortunately. That ship sailed a long time ago, unfortunately, because for a while I was all in on Liverpool signing Kylian Mbappe, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And like I say, the Ryan Kent stuff as well. So yeah, that's it. Please, please, please give this video a big thumbs up, just because, you know what, I need to prove myself here, don't I? I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm doing what Ryan Kent has had to do. He's had to go out on loan to prove himself. I'm stepping up to the plate today to prove myself on the news show as well. So do us a favour, give us a thumbs up. Please keep an eye out on the channel this week. There's got absolutely tons of stuff. And when Liverpool do sign someone, fingers crossed, we'll be the first to break it, and we'll have the first to bring our reaction as well. So yeah, until tomorrow, it might be Chris, it might be Paul, it might even be me. We'll find out who films tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you all later. Ta-ra.